Hi YouTube, how are you doing? And welcome finally to the absolutely massive new update for Phasmophobia. We've been waiting for it for a long time, but it is finally here. Version 0.7, and look at this bad boy. There is absolutely so much stuff in this one. If you're wondering why I have it in paint, that's because we got the patch notes sneakily from the developers so I could make this video ahead of time for you guys. And I will also be playing the update all day today to show you guys the update. I will be uploading videos as well, and then tomorrow the update will come out for good for everyone. So yeah, it's gonna be super exciting. I literally just woke up to hop into the patch notes to check them out and then immediately start playing. I'm incredibly excited. So let's go over the patch notes in this video, and then the next videos will be me checking out the patch for the first time. It's gonna be crazy. I'm incredibly excited. So let's start reading. Let's see what we got here. Welcome back. We've got an update for you. The long-awaited Asylum overhaul is finally here, along with much more. Apocalypse is the name of the update. With the custom difficulty, we'd like to invite you to participate in the Apocalypse Challenge. They already alluded to this, but here it is. The 3 players who complete this challenge with the highest multiplier will earn their name in-game on a trophy for everyone to see. Holy heck, look at that. To enter the competition, complete the following. Start recording or streaming of Phasmophobia in single player. Crank up the difficulty, crank up the difficulty to 15% or 15 times or higher. I mean, because it's the highest multiplier, I'm guessing you just gotta go for the max. There's gonna be so many people, unless it becomes actually impossible, which might be true, but you're gonna be able to complete it on the highest possible multiplier. And then who are you gonna add? If like 10 people have that, just a trophy just gonna have 10 names on it? Probably. They're just gonna, I don't know what they're gonna do. Anyway, enter Sunny Meadows Mental Institution, complete all 4 objectives successfully, and take a ghost photo. Scroll through all of the post-game stat screens for us to see. Finally, submit the full game's recording to @motmail in the Phasmophobia Discord for us to review. Holy heck, that is gonna be a lot of fun. I will try for that as well. I don't think I'll try that on the first day because it doesn't seem like it's very time sensitive. I think they're just gonna, because it says the 3 players who complete this challenge with the highest multiplier. It doesn't say the first, so you don't have to rush that. You can just chill, check out the update, and then go for the challenge a little later. Custom difficulty, a new difficulty where you can create your own games. If you're wondering, by the way, what is in this update, you got the custom difficulty and the 3 new maps, by the way, new ghost changes, the reporting system, and a whole bunch of other changes and fixes. And there's some really interesting changes here. I took a little peek. There's some really cool stuff there that a lot of people are going to be excited about. But let's start from the top. Custom difficulty, a new difficulty where you can create your own games, modify existing difficulties, or create your own. Come up with crazy challenges or just have fun. Each option is tied to reward multiplier, so you can still earn money and experience for your custom game, which I think is genius. Player, or this is the player settings: sanity pill restoration amount, starting sanity drain, sprinting use, sprint recharge time, sprint duration, flashlights being broken, losing items on death, which I know that if you turn that off, you actually don't earn any money anymore. So some of these, if you make the game easier, it reduces your rewards by a lot, but if you make the game harder, you can get some crazy rewards. Player speed multiplier, I'm definitely going to be messing with this and just die all the time. It's going to be so fun. Ghost, number of evidence given, chances of changing favorite room, interaction amount, event frequency, hunt duration, grace period change, fingerprint chance, fingerprint duration, disabling hunts altogether, kills extending hunts like nightmare mode, roaming frequency, ghost speed multiplier. Contract, the setup time that you have in like the lower difficulties, you can add that back. What if you add like 10 minutes of setup time? It's probably going to be punished super bad. And then all the other things at max difficulty, yeah, you just like, the ghost can kill you. Weather, number of doors starting open, just one door starting open, amount of hiding places, sanity monitor state, activity, so if they break or not, like in nightmare mode, fuse box, map visibility, if you can see it on the map, fuse box starting stage, curse possession quantity, which is very cool. You're going to be able to have all the curse possession all at once. Curse possession choices, you can choose which one of the curse possessions you actually have. You can save up to 3 custom difficulty presets. I don't know why just 3, but that's the preset function is really nice. New, and now, so that is the amount of options you have in the custom difficulty. Obviously, a lot to take in all at once. Don't worry about it. I'm going to make a video video just messing with this, having a fun time. It's gonna become clear through use. I think taking this in all at once, you can just change everything. Basically, you can just change everything. New location. Now look at this. We got Sunny Meadows Mental Institution. We got Sunny Meadows Mental Institution Restricted, which is a whole different map. That is actually a really cool idea. And then we got Camp Woodwind, which is a small version of the campsite map. So let's read through this. The asylum has been completely recreated from the ground up, featuring more distinctive room designs, a morgue, a hospital wing, a courtyard, and an experimental area. Be warned, the ghosts will lock each wing's main door when it hunts, so prepare an escape route while you're safe. That's really cool. Wait, that's actually extremely interesting, because that means that you can't do the big map thing where you just make a ton of distance from the ghost. No, you're gonna have to have a plan for each wing you're in. Like if the ghost is in one of the wings, and that changes the game. That basically makes every, like when the ghost is in a specific wing, you're gonna have to play a whole different way. You're gonna go in deep, and then you have to find your hiding spot in the tiny place that wing allows you to be in. That is really cool. That's a very clever idea. I didn't even think of that. Look at that. And then so that is the big one obviously out of this screenshot. You can't really tell. We're gonna have to go there. Don't worry, we will. Sunny Meadows Mental Institution Restricted. Sunny Meadows is not only a large locations, but 5 small locations in one. The new location selector board allows you to vote to play a smaller, more restricted version of the asylum. Each time you enter, you will be given a random section to investigate, with the other sections blocked off or locked. This should help those who prefer playing smaller maps and offer some variety each time you play. So they unlocked at level 22. Holy shit. We got some new unlocks. So this is one that I was incredibly excited about. I also like how they did this, that they lock you in. So I don't know. Let me see. It's not only a large location, but 5 smaller locations in one. So it is the 6 in 1, maybe. I wonder if it is like how, you know how this locks the different wings. I wonder if this one is that one, or if it is a separate map. Like if it is the same map with different functionality, or if it is the entire, like an entire new map with this locked off feature. I'm guessing it's going to be similar. Let me actually quickly ask CJ about that. Okay, I quickly asked CJ. We got a hotline here, a hotline to the devs, and Sunny Meadows. So it is the same map, but it is a small version of it. So you're going to be sent to a small location of the map instead of the whole map. So basically it like restricts which wing you can go to, so you can like focus your attention on a smaller area instead of having to explore the whole asylum in order to find the ghost. Ultimately, the ghost is going to be only in a certain place. I mean, it can't roam around, obviously, but yeah, this just restricts where you have to look, which for a lot of people that don't like the big maps because it takes too long, this is going to be amazing. An amazing version of you for you to still play the Sunny Meadows map instead of having to like look around forever. And then we got the third map, which is Camp Woodwind, a small version of Maple Lodge Campsite featuring a brand new layout and much fewer rooms, perfect for those looking for a quick outdoor retreat. I really like this focus on small maps because I think small maps are like the backbone of Phasmophobia. Like everyone plays the small maps, especially single player people play the small maps all the time. So I like that they gave us 2 new small maps to tackle and to play with to add to our rotation of Ridgeview, Edgefield, Danglewood, Willow, etc. So yeah. And now for the really cool bonus changes. So these were just the 2 like big announced changes, as well as the reporting system that I'm gonna look at later down the line. Then we have ghost types, which we don't know anything about yet. With the current system, often when a ghost interacts or throws an object, it barely moves. To remedy this, we've reworked how a ghost's throw works to make sure it is impactful, noticeable, and more exciting each time. Some ghosts have had their ability and traits tweaked too. All ghosts, all hunting events, and sound effects volumes will now drop to 0 when at least 20 meters away instead of just being quiet. Wow. Okay, so the ghosts are gonna just be... What the heck? Wait, on a big map, that's gonna be such a big deal. Because on a big map, there was like a very good strategy where you could make the ghost hunt with the cursed possession, and then you could just listen where it was coming from the left or the right, and then you could see, you could know like, okay, half of the whole map doesn't matter anymore because I know it's on the other side. But now with this, it's just gonna be silence. You're also not gonna be able to hear very obviously when the ghost stops hunting. That's gonna make big maps so much scarier. For small maps, I mean, it will make a difference. It will make a huge difference, obviously. But for the big maps, it'll be even more severe. That is a huge change, and it'll also make the myling strengths more noticeable. The singing sound caused by the music box will drop to 0 when 20 meters away. Huge music box nerf. Are you kidding me? Dude, someone took a shit all over the music box. Excuse me? Okay, well, the RIP music box on big maps. Throws now have a minimum throw power to avoid small throws. 1 to 3 power, previously being 0.1 to 2.5 power. Okay, so it is the minimum has been upped a lot. Objects are now thrown higher, resulting in much more consistent throws. I like that. I can't wait to see how that changes the gameplay. During hunts, objects are thrown more often. 50% chance to throw an object in range every 0.5 seconds. Poltergeist, 100%. Dude, the poltergeist is gonna walk around and just fucking ransack the whole building. That's amazing. That's actually gonna be very obvious. Because it's 100%. I mean, it has to be in range of items, right? But if you then make a path of items, you could make sure it's always in range, and then you can do that. That's going to require some setup, but then you're actually going to be able to figure out the poltergeist without just waiting for its ability to throw a bunch of stuff at once. And it has a new ability, the Oni Super Throw. I swear the poltergeist also had the Oni Super Throw. But they just, it had the mega throw as well. I guess that was just incorrect. The Oni Super Throw has been moved to the poltergeist as it is more thematical. So it has a 2 to 6 power, previously being 0 to 5 for a mega throw? That doesn't make any sense. So it can just throw the item at minimum already like at max power, and then 6 power at the max, which is so much more. They're just gonna be able to throw it all across the map. That is gonna be super obvious. I like how they made these minimums higher, so it's a little bit more like consistent. That's amazing. Oni has received additional traits. Oni will now drain double the sanity of a normal ghost during ghost events. Oni can now be seen for longer periods when flickering during hunts. So this is kind of like the I think the Phantom had something like, maybe it still has something like that, which the amount of fucks that I give about this is like actually 0. This means nothing because ghost events are so short. Oh wait, actually, never mind. If it's during ghost events, it's not like when the ghost is visible. It is when the ghost touches you, I'm guessing. So it's gonna drain instead of the. Let me quickly ask that as well. I have CJ on the hotline. Let me make sure. Okay, I asked CJ, and it is in fact the 15% sanity that you lose from when the ghost touches you, that like 10 to 15%, that gets doubled. So that is actually a massive deal. I thought it was going to be the passive sanity drain, which doesn't mean anything, because that basically like drains like 2% or something like that. But that's a big deal, because then if you get like 2 ghost events from an Oni, you're down to like 40% sanity. It can immediately be hunted. That's going to be extremely confusing for early hunting ghosts, especially on nightmare mode when you turn off the screens and you don't know if it was an early hunt or if it was just an Oni doing crazy stuff. That is really cool. But then they gave the Oni this. Oni can now be seen for longer periods when flickering during hunt, which is like the reverse of the Phantom, which means you will be able to take a ghost photo very easily, but that'll also basically make the Oni like one of the most obvious ghosts out there, because any ghost that has a hunting ability is extremely obvious to spot. So that is almost a little bit of a shame that the Oni, with the added ability to it, I mean, I guess you wouldn't really be able to tell. So yeah, the Oni is now going to have a reverse Phantom ability. It's very interesting. I'm going to be able to take ghost photos of Onis non-stop. That's going to be fun. Demon's rare ability to hunt above 70% will now appear more reliably. So the Demon had the old Banshee ability where the ghost could hunt at any sanity. That was moved to the Demon. And now, and by the way, it was broken on the Banshee for the longest time. It didn't actually work. So the Banshee, rest in peace, wasn't able to do this at all. But now the Demon has it, and it will also happen more reliably, which had already happened, not a lot, but now it's gonna happen more. Jin, more Jin changes, god damn it, I hate the Jin anyway. Jin's sanity drain ability has received adjustments. The ability will now trigger if you're in the same room or within 3 meters of the ghost. The same room. It was only 3 meters of the ghost, now it is also in the same room, which makes it a lot more common. The ability will now create EMF at the fuse box if any player is drained, not just a host. This is such a needless buff for the Jin, in my opinion, that the EMF now plays at the breaker. This was added a while ago, by the way, because this means that you like have to plant an EMF at the breaker and then hope the breaker's in hearing range of the ghost room, which for a lot of situations won't be the case. So it basically means that they gave the Jin like a stealth attack where they can, if you don't know the Jin's ability, it is a 25% drain of your sanity when you're in the ghost room or within 3 meters of the ghost, and it is basically completely like there's no tell for it except the EMF at the breaker that'll stay there for like 15 seconds. So it is crazy why they keep buffing the Jin. Fuck this ghost. Anyway, reporting players through the in-game journal. Players can now report others who they believe are breaking our terms of service. Players will be reviewed by our team and punished accordingly, depending on the event. So, offense. It will not be like an automated system. If someone gets spam reported, it's going to automatically lead to a ban. So, don't worry about any abuse of that system. If it is like a valid report, it's going to be reviewed, and then the player will be banned. And the bans are progressive and increase in duration for multiple offenses. Some offenses may start further down the chain than others. So you got 2 days, 7 days, 30 days, or permanent. You may also be banned from abusing the reporting system. There you go. For example, spamming reporting players. To report a player, open the recent tab in the journal and click the report icon next to that player's name. So we got a recent players tab now. If banned, you will still be able to play single player games. All right, new and also changes. There's so much stuff here. Which one of the changes here is extremely exciting? There's so much stuff. New, due to paranormal entities appearing in our base of operations, Ghost Hunt and Distributions has moved everyone into a new office. A warehouse has been converted with a shop, new investigation boards, access to the truck, and a safe room. If only we could find the keys. So, you know the garage lobby that we've had for so long? That is now gone. And we got this new lobby, which I will take a look at on stream immediately when we start. I'm not going to look at it. I'm going to see it on stream. I'm extremely excited. Player ID cards have been added, which were those, the little cards that they teased a while ago. That have like a border around them and show your name and your level and just looks a lot more neater. A detailed statistic page has been added to the post-game screen. By the way, you thought that this was going to be over here? No, look how much stuff gets added with one of these bullet points. So a detailed statistic page has been added to the post-game screen, which is like the how much money did you make, how many ghosts have you found, how many of specific types of ghosts. I don't know if that is exactly the case, but there's going to be like so many different statistics that you can track across all your games. So you're going to have something to show for the amount of time you put in Phasmophobia. And there's going to be a death screen as well, which is going to be messed up for me because I try literally anything. I die for fun all the time. So yeah, I'm going to look like an idiot, but I don't care. A long-term stat tracking. Oh, wait, this is that. I'm confusing two things. A long-term stat tracking page has been added to the journal for various player and ghost stats. That's this, and a detailed statistic page has been added to the post-game screen. It's the how many time did you spend in the ghost room, how many interactions, how many ghost events, etc. That stuff that has also been expanded. So that's been expanded, and you got the like tracking across multiple games. Sorry, I confused the two. You will now connect to the last region you were instead of connecting to your best ping region. Let's go. So it will always default if I'm playing with like people from NA, and they leave the lobby, it will always default them back to NA instead of keeping them on EU, which is nice if you're playing with friends from a different place. So yeah, there you go. The journal is now usable in the main menu room. I really like that because sometimes you want to read something about the ghost and you're like, now I have to get into a game and then leave the game. It feels so janky. Steam users can now view and add friends through the new recent player journal tab. I like this change a lot because this was actually really difficult. It was really difficult to add players on Steam because you had to like search them up and then add them instead of just being able to click like a button. So I really like that you can now add stream friends as well. This will make a lot more people, a lot more friends and a lot more communities. Weekly challenges have been added. More will be added with the progression update, which a progression update is going to be huge as well. I'm incredibly excited for that. Shortcut buttons have been added to jump between the location selector, main menu, and the shop screen. Additionally, you can use the keyboard arrow keys for navigation. Shortcut buttons have been added to jump. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. You can just select the different things. The whiteboard in the truck has been replaced with a progressively updating investigation board. I don't know if I could say anything about this, but CJ showed me something about this at one point. I don't know if it's that, but if it's that, it's gonna be fucking crazy. I don't know if it's that, but if it's that, that is awesome. Wait a minute. The whiteboard, I think it might be that. This is really cool. This is really cool. I'm just gonna have to show you in game when that comes out. New collectible cabinets have been added to the lobby. Try to fill them both. New collectible cabinets? The first time you use a cursed possession, it will be added to your collection. Collecting each type of bone will add it to your collection. Some need to be collected twice, and you can make a skeleton. Wait, that's so cool. People have been asking for this. I can't believe they actually added that. That's super cool. You're gonna have something to show for it. I mean, you're gonna be able to do this really fast if you play the game a lot, but that's for people like us. We get some extra bonuses. Let's go. The shop has been moved to a separate computer in the lobby, but you can still move between it, right? You can still move between it with shortcuts, so you don't have to worry that you like have to walk around all the time. Player can now create loadouts for their equipment, so you can not only do a custom preset for the custom difficulty, but you can also do a custom loadout for the equipment. Additional loadouts will be added with the progression update. Each time you prestige, maybe you unlock a new loadout or something like that. You can now view daily and weekly challenges in the truck. So you can, when you're already in the game, you can see what the daily and weekly challenges are, so you can actually complete them instead of having to remember them from the main menu. Equipment items are now placeable back into the truck's equipment wall. Equipment items are now placeable back into... Oh, okay. I mean, you could do that with the head cam, but you couldn't do that with any of the other equipment. So now you can, if you want to, you could clean up all nice. You could put everything back after you're done, like a proper ghost hunter. There's been so many people asking for us to have to bring back all the items or you lose them. You don't know how fucking stupid that would be. You would be spending all your time going back to the map where a crazy ghost is trying to kill you. Every game would end with like 10 minutes of just running back and forth. Please no. Thank God the developers know that would be stupid as heck and boring as fuck. All right, anyway, you can now take photos of new interactions to gain extra rewards. Dots of the ghost photo. That's going to be so precise. I'm going to be so mad every time because the dots is so fast. Please tell me they made the dots a little slower for that. Used crucifix, 1 or 2 uses. So you can take, if it uses it again, you can probably take another photo. So you can get extra photos for the crucifixes, which is really cool. The salt pile, when a ghost steps in it. Finally, this was this has been a point of contention from the very beginning of Phasmophobia. Do you take the photo of the salt? What do you take the photo of? And now it is finally you can also take a photo of the salt itself, which makes so much sense. I don't know why that's only now added 2 years later. Ghost writing will now display as ghost writing instead of interaction. So that's gonna make it a whole lot clearer why you can take double photos. You can take a double photo of a ghost writing book if the ghost writes in it as you're there, because you can take a photo of the ghostwriting as well as the interaction, but because both were marked as interaction, it was unclear why that happened, so I always had to explain it, but now it's going to be clear. When the ghost attempts to hunt is blocked by a crucifix, it will now create an EMF2 reading. Interesting. I wonder if that'll work the same way for the Onryo when it's blocked by a candle. That would be really cool. I don't know. I'm not going to ask that to CJ because I feel like that would be a spoiler, but that would be really interesting, and we're going to check that out. Added a house candle to Grafton, so you now have 1 extra candle on Grafton, which I don't think you had a candle there before. Arabic text has voice and text and voice recognition support. VR players will now see a loading screen to help with loading jitters. I was always super dizzy when I was loading into a match as in VR. It'll be a while before I play VR though. There's so much to do. Save files will now create a backup and automatically restore if they corrupt. That is a huge change. I know how many people have been getting their save files corrupted and have to go to the Phasmophobia Discord to get a new save file, and it's just a whole big mess. Some people never play again because they're like, well, I guess I'm broken. So yeah, I'm glad that they worked on that, because that's a really annoying thing for a lot of players. Changes, and here there's some big boys in here as well. This one is super cool. Controls for equipment have changed to become consistent. Sorry. I literally just woke up. I should probably drink some water as well. Controls for equipment have changed to become more consistent. If an object is placeable, it will always use the secondary button. Wait. Controls for equipment have changed to become more consistent. If an object is placeable, it will always use the secondary button. If an object is usable, it will always use the primary button. I swear that was always this way, but there might be one like example of something that was different. Oh, this means that smudge sticks are now used with the right mouse. Don't forget it. There they go. They tell us immediately. Smudge sticks with the right mouse. That's gonna take a while for me to like not fuck up about. Okay. Collecting the bone will now grant more rewards when playing on larger maps. You're gonna get 30 for the bone on a large map with the bonus difficulty? That's gonna be insane. You're gonna get so much money. Holy heck. Okay. Small maps still gonna be 10, but you just get more for the bigger maps. I like that. The photo point system. Here we go. This is the big one. The photo point system has been removed. Instead, players will receive a set amount of money and experience per photo they take. This also allowed us to even out the rewards for photos so that getting a certain type of ghost won't become a feels bad moment for what photos you can take. Because there's definitely, like, if you don't get a fingerprints ghost, you're like, oh, damn it, I'm going to have a harder time getting a perfect game. Because back in the day, the maximum was 40. This is crazy. Wait a minute. This is insane. Back in the day, or literally yesterday, I don't know why I say back in the day, the maximum amount of photos was 40. Now, some of these photos are $20 by themselves. What the heck? You get dead body, interaction, dead body. The reason why it's so low, by the way, I love this explanation. I asked this to DK. And the reason why dead body is so low money is because DK doesn't want you to kill your friends for money. That is such a good reason. So yeah, dead body, interaction, fingerprints, footsteps. Fingerprints used to be better than interactions and footsteps. Now they're going to be the same. Cursed possessions. It's only $5, really? Salt spell stepped in, dots from the ghost, so that's not gonna be worth it at all. That would be. I'm actually glad they did put it down here, because they are talking about the feels bad moment, right? They want to keep the ghost evidence in the 5-star or the $5 category, so you don't have to get a specific type of ghost to get the maximum payout. I really like that idea, even though obviously dots is gonna be a really difficult photo to take. Probably should avoid it unless you want to just get it for the memes. Wait, can you take multiple of the same photo? I'm guessing you can. Photos are no longer affected by difficulty multiplier. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Or you'll be getting like insane amount of money. Photos are no longer affected by the difficulty multiplier, but with these changes, you'll be getting more money than before. So let's see. Which is kind of crazy, because that means you can go in on amateur and then get like insane amounts of money from photos. So that's going to be a big thing to learn right off the bat. If you can take correct photos, you're going to be able to gain a ton of money and it's not going to be as big of a deal in the bigger multiplayer. Like finding the bone is going to be like on Nightmare, you get like 4 times already. So it's going to be 120 already. And then you have to take all the photos, which is definitely going to be a lot, because look at this. Use crucifix. Any ghost can do that. That's $10. Dirty water. Dirty water. It's there. Finally. Dirty water is back in business. It is now a $10 photo instead of the worst photo you could possibly take. I don't know why dirty water was ever the worst photo you could take, but now it is back in its prime. Look at that. Dirty water and the bone. So those are 10 bucks photos. You can take 4 used crucifixes. Let's see. So that's 40 for used crucifixes. Then you can take the ghost photo, which you can only take once. So that's 60. That's 5 photos. And then you can take, so you can get up to 100. It's definitely less than it was before. I don't know why they say you're gonna get more, because you can get up to, well, no, I'm stupid. You can get up to 110. Up to 110 of from the new photo system. That's the maximum amount of money you can get, which if you were playing on Nightmare and you got 40 from photos, that would be 160. So it's definitely going to be less for the night. Sorry. It's definitely going to be less for the super Nightmare mode fanatics, but more overall, which is good. The photo priority system has been improved. Items are scored by distance and how close they are to the middle of the photo. The top scoring item will give rewards. Items are scored by distance. And so basically they're going to calculate how much you would have gotten for the photo. And then they pick the highest one, which is pretty good. I can only see one instance. Like if you wanted to take... No, I think this is pretty much fine. Because if you wanted to take like a photo of a ghost or of a photo of like footsteps very close up. And then there's going to be ghosts in the background. And you're going to get a 2-star ghost photo, which means you won't be able to get a 3-star ghost photo. But those things are very rare. So I think this system overall is the best, where you just get the most amount. You get the photo that would give you the most money, right? That makes the most sense. And then I hope, if it is like a tie, I hope they do the closest one. Like, let's say there's a crucifix in the background and you take a photo of the salt. You get the salt instead of the crucifix that's far away. I hope that's going to be... I'm guessing that's going to be the way it works, since they say based on distance. Ghosts will now... Oh, wait, no. Ghosts will always take priority over items, which is, I mean, ghosts will almost always get the most money anyway, so yeah, that's fine. The reliability of the system has been improved. No, this also means that you will always get interaction photos before fingerprint photos. Get those UV lights back out. That is a huge change, because that means you can know, I mean, you can still take 2 photos of the door to test, but it's no longer going to be a freebie where you can take a photo of the door and see fingerprints, and then if it's fingerprints, you can take an interaction photo. Now you're going to have to take a risk to lose a photo to do a fingerprints check, which is going to mean you're basically going to have to take the UV lights back out if you want to do a perfect game. That's pretty big change for like the high level super fast players. The placement highlight mechanic has been reworked. You will only see the highlight when holding down your designated placement key and release to place. Okay, that's gonna get some time. That's gonna take some time getting used to. So you're gonna have to hold it and then place it and let go. That's gonna be better for immersion though, so you don't see the motion sensor all over the wall all the time. Moving the mouse with the left and right. Moving the mouse left and right whilst the F key is held will rotate the highlighted object. Wait, really? How are you gonna... Wait. So you're going to have to aim your cursor at where you want to place. Then you're going to press F. And then you're going to rotate it. Because you can't move around anymore if your mouse is locked. So that means that you're going to... That's going to be a bit finicky to start off. But it probably... People have been playing with this. And it probably works like just fine. So yeah, that's going to be... It's going to be a little confusing to start. But it's going to... it allows you to rotate instead of... holding like the mouse, the key down for it to rotate slowly. You can now do it fast with the mouse. You can now place and rotate the tripod. Look at that. Various equipment's placeable areas have been adjusted. Here we go. The fuse box has received a new design. I don't want to. These are early patch notes. They're gonna get bug fixed. The fuse box has received a new design when in house and farmhouse locations. Okay, so in a house and farmhouses. So that doesn't mean. I thought he said also the new asylum, but I'm not entirely sure. But that means that high school and prison are going to have the old breaker. I don't know why specifically those. I don't know why they didn't change it for there. So that, and this one we saw in the trailer, it's a really cool, like, big switch in the middle that, like, moves as you pull it, which is cool. Sanity drain for sanity drain for hide and seek is now 0%. So you no longer, which is very smart because the ghost would cheat all the time. Because if you asked hide and seek when you didn't have enough sanity to ask the question hide and seek, the board would just break right away and instantly hunt you, which meant that the ghost would literally cheat and hide and seek right away, which is stupid. I mean, it was kind of funny as well. But yeah, hide and you will no longer break the board by asking that question. I mean, it will break, but in 5 seconds. The key in the truck has been moved to hang next to the door keypad instead of on the desk. The age of missing the key is over. No more will anyone ever forget the key. I actually kind of I'm kind of sad because that's so funny. It's the moment we can all relate to. Forgetting the key when you go to Tanglewood, having to do the walk of shame, getting whole of chat to laugh at you. It's a beautiful moment, but no more key missing. Increase rewards for all daily challenges, which was a very welcome change because the rewards were like $10, which is nothing. Increase the rewards for a dirty water photo. This is not true, and our CJ already told me this. This is not the same. Dirty water photo is now higher. It's according to this list. Rewards for playing on which I like. I love this change, by the way, but we already talked about that. That's amazing. Rewards for playing on medium and large maps have been increased, so there's gonna be more of a incentive for you to play on the New Sunny Meadows map. You can now view 10 photos in the lobby room, increased from 6 from your previous game. So you're literally going to be able to look at all the photos you had. I wonder if it'll have like on it what it was. Probably not like it does now. But you're going to be able to see the ghost photo for sure. Because sometimes you took the ghost photo right away and then 6 other photos. And then you couldn't see the ghost photo in the truck, or in the lobby, which was kind of annoying. To improve performance, objects will no longer render when behind closed doors. That probably caused so many bugs. Probably. Which means that closed doors. Okay, closed doors. Which means that if the door's closed, it'll no longer render the dots projector as well. Which means it won't make the noise as well. Maybe. And maybe it'll still make the noise. Probably, because it's just rendering, right? Adjusted the visuals of skyboxes for each weather so that they are more realistic. So no more blue, shining sky. It's going to be a different sky now. Improve the heavy rain and snow effects and performance. Improve them and the performance. The main menu option screen has been removed and is now accessible only in the journal, which is fine. Because you can now use the journal in the lobby. You can always do that. Added screens, so this is removed. CJ also told me this. Removed screen-spaced reflections from the journal options. Because I guess it was giving bugs or just not very used. Some locations have been renamed? You're just gonna hide that in the changes down the bottom? What the fuck? Excuse me? Wait, we're gonna have to learn new names? Okay, well, we'll see about that. When dead, players can now see doors, but walk through them. Okay. You're gonna feel like an actual ghost. The volume of the guitar being played and the camping stove toggle has been lowered. If you know me, I've been trolled many of people by just playing the guitar at max volume. That shit's so loud. So yeah, it's now lower. Ghosts will no longer see you through the trees by the cabin in Maple Lodge Campsite. Thank you so much. That was one of the reasons that Maple Lodge felt so unfair, because the ghost would literally like snipe you from across the map, immediately know your location, and you'd just die. Ghosts can no longer set these rooms as its favorite in Maple Lodge Campsite. No more Central Path Ghost. You know how every single ghost was a Central Path Ghost? This is the biggest Maple Lodge change, like, in eternity. Because these rooms are massive, and it is incredibly difficult to get anything there, which means you will always have a ghost in like a somewhat contained area. Like the campsite is still a big place, but then you can have the pier, which is still a big place, but at least it's like somewhat located, but it can still be there, by the way, obviously, but it can't set it as their favorite room, which means that you won't have that every 10th ghost will eventually become a Central Path Ghost like it is now, where every ghost just feels like it's a Central Path Ghost. That will no longer be happening. I love this change. Thank you. Rebaked occlusions in rebaked occlusion in Maple Lodge Campsite, which may improve performance. The journal default button on a gamepad is now select instead of D-pad up. The journal button on a... Oh, okay. Yeah, because I was using the... I remember when I was using a controller, all the whole buttons was fucked up, man. Room names for the sound sensors will now be in the room they are placed in, instead of the room you were standing in when you placed it. Okay. I did not know that was a bug. Candles will now extinguish when placed in your inventory. No! CJ, why? You mother. Okay, so you will no longer be able to put a burning candle in your pocket to then go into the rain and take it out. Oh, look at that. It's still burning. Okay, that's no longer gonna happen. Ghosts now use the sprinting footstep sound when hunting on dirt floors. That is good, because the dirt floors were basically impossible to hear the ghost footstep speed. So that's gonna be good. That makes it so much more obvious. Reduce RAM usage for fonts. This is significant in languages with many characters. Adjusted several lights bloom value, so no more blinding bloom. Adjusted campfire particles and bloom. All right, and now we go into the fixes, which is gonna be, oh, there's actually not that many fixes. What the hell? Fixes. Fixed long distance roams. Chance is now 30%. Wait, fixed long distance roam. So you can do a long distance roam 30% when deciding to do a wander, and then 20% when, or 20% for medium and low for 10%. So this is based just a flat chance when the ghost decides to go somewhere. It has a 50% chance. Wait, how does this work? How does this work? This doesn't add up to 100%. Fixed long distance roams. Chances now 30% when wandering, 20% when wandering. I don't know how this exactly it adds up to 100%. Because I was assuming that a low wander, like it's just, if it decides to wander, it's going to do a low, a medium, or a high one. But I guess there's like a even smaller one, which is most of the time, like 40% of the time. I'm guessing that's how it works. Okay. Fix the ghost, changing favorite room's chance. For example, if a ghost roams and ends up in a new room, to do a chance check. Okay, so this is a different change for how the favorite room gets set. What the hell? Fixer ghost long roams and ends, or if a ghost, Jesus, I can't read. If a ghost long roams and ends up in a new room, do a chance check. If it was a low roam, it has a 30% chance to change. Medium, it has a 66% chance to change. Wait, what? Then do a check based on sanity. If successful for both chances, change the favorite room. Wait, what the hell? If it roams far away, it's going to have a 100% chance to change ghost room. I'm going to ask CJ real quick how this works, because this is very unclear. Okay, CJ coming in with the intel. Okay, I'm completely misinterpreted this. This is a setting. You can set this in the custom difficulty. So if you set it to high, it's going to be a 30% chance to do a big roam. If you set it to medium, it's going to be a 20% chance to do a big roam. And if you set it to low, it's going to be a 10%. Low is professional. Professional is low. Medium is nightmare mode. And high is only when you set it in custom difficulty yourself. So medium is nightmare mode. Low is professional. Same thing here. Fixed ghost changing room. If you set it to high and the ghost does a roam, so if it does a roam and it ends up in a new room, do a chance check. If you set it to high, it's always going to succeed this first part of the check. So it's going to say, okay, you can change your room. And then it's still going to check the sanity as well. Then do a sanity check, which is like, if it's 50, if you have 50% sanity, it's a 50% chance. If you have 100% sanity, it's 0% chance. If you have 0% sanity, it's a 100% chance. So it's like the lower your sanity, the higher the chances of the ghost to change the ghost room. So if you set it to high, you could still not get a room, or a ghost to change its favorite room if you have high sanity. So candles are gonna be a big deal on the like crazy difficulties. So if successful, it will change its favorite room, which means it might do that all the time, right? Gorio will now have a half the chance of other ghosts to long roam instead of double. It's finally been proven! You mother... I can't believe it. They were broken. We've been talking about the Gorio being broken for so long. It felt like they did they did roam so much more. That's because they were broken. It's half instead of double. Thank you. Goddamn Gorios. The amount of time I have gotten Gorio and Obake wrong because I was like, well, it roams a lot. Must be an Obake then. Uh-oh, no, it's actually a Gorio. Get trolled. God damn it. Myling will now decrease the audible range of its hunt audio instead of only the footsteps. That's a good change because that was very confusing for a lot of people. So it is both the footsteps and the hunt audio. If you have less than 60% sanity, when lighting the last summoning circle, the ghost will now hunt instantly after being summoned. Are you kidding me? If you have less than 16% sanity when lighting... So if you don't start lighting the summoning circle at 100% sanity, you will not be able to take the ghost photo? Because it takes 16% per candle to light the summoning circle, which means that you need to do it like right at the beginning of the match or you're never going to be able to do it ever? That seems really stupid. That seems, because you're not going to be able to take a photo. I mean, I guess that's a different thing. Okay, so the summoning circle got a huge nerf, as well as the music box got a huge nerf, where the music box only plays the audio at 20 meters. The summoning circle, unless you do it right away at the start of the game, or you take like all the sanity pills and get back up to 100, you can't actually get a ghost photo or a ghost event out of the summoning circle. It's just going to immediately hunt. Okay, that's a big change. When the summoning circle is lit, the ghost's position will now sync faster for non-hosts. Fingerprints on camping lamps will now be the correct size. They were big or something. You can no longer place objects on the truck ceiling. I should have said goodbye to that too. You could place candles on the ceiling and stuff like that. Fixed a rare issue where the voice recognition would not work due to an empty voice models file. Okay. I don't know. That's nice. Picking up a tripod with a camcorder attached by someone else will no longer break the camcorder. You've seen this maybe in multiplayer where the cam will start like freaking flying around super weird. You are no longer unkillable when hiding under the stairs or similar objects in some location. I always like it when they fix safe spots, because there's actually so many people that consider like straight up hacked spots as like a fair way to hide, which I think I'm fine. I'm very happy those go away over time. I don't tend to use them just for fun when I'm like, oh, I want to break the game today. I'm gonna use a spot, and I very clearly say that it's breaking the game. It's not intended. The hiding spot next to the cabin will no longer get you killed. The hiding spot next to the cabin will no longer get you killed. Wait, what? Oh, the hiding spot with the cool boxes? That one got you killed? I mean, I never really hit there, but okay. That's so funny. Grafton's upstairs locker can now be blocked. No. And Bleastil's workshop blocker can now be blocked. No more permanent lockers. God damn it, CJ, you rascal. Having Alt as your push-to-talk key will no longer keep your voice active after Alt tabbing. I know for Psycho and other people that had Alt as their key, this was a bug. I use a button on my mouse myself, so I didn't have this issue, but that was a big deal for people. The toilet upstairs in Edgefield can now flush. Look at that. Ghosts will no... That's the biggest change of the whole patch. Ghosts will no longer affect the living room collider when standing on the basement stairs in Tanglewood. Okay, that's probably gonna fix some issues with like the flashlight being broken when the hunt starts, something like that. You can no longer glitch behind the small tents to access safe spots. So they did fix that. Interesting. I mean, they just had to put on some invisible walls. They didn't have to fix the whole tent thing. So yeah, they said they weren't gonna fix that, but they did. The mayor will no longer stop attempting to do its light switch after you use the light switch several times. Okay, wait. Oh, if you were spamming the light switch, it would just cancel the mayor ability for the rest of the game. Okay, they fixed that. Doors will no longer spin when closing for a hunt. They will no longer flip outwards before going in. They fixed that finally. All right, and that is gonna be it. That was actually like an hour almost for reading all the patch notes, which is a testament to how many. To remind you, what did we read? We have the custom difficulty, which allows you to change the game and make your own difficulty. We have 3 new locations, which 2 of them are Asylum. One is a small map version, one is a big map version, and we have a new campsite as a small version. Then we have some ghost type changes, especially about throwing items. Changing the way the items are thrown during hunts, which is gonna be a lot more. They're gonna throw it a lot more, and the poltergeist especially is gonna throw a lot more. You can now report players. If you find a hacker or something, you can report them. The lobby is changed. ID cards are added, detailed statistic, long-term tracking of stuff, of your statistics. You can take a whole different types, or not, yeah, you can take different types of photos, from the used crucifix, the dots of the ghost assault that stepped in. Those are new photos, and you get, on average, more money if you play, especially on lower difficulties. You're gonna get a lot more money from photos. And then the priority system has been changed. There's been some names of locations have been changed, which I don't know. They fixed the roaming system. So yeah, that is the biggest update Phasmo's ever seen. I am excited to check it out. I'm going to be playing it immediately as soon as I get it. So, which is literally going to be like right as I upload this video. So come to the stream. I hope to see you there. Thank you so much for watching this. I'm excited to check it all out. I just can't wait. So let's end the video here. If you're not subscribed, please do so. If you like the video, like it. If you dislike it, dislike it. And if you want to join the streams, you can join us over at twitch.tv/insim every single day at 7 p.m. Central European time. Thank you very much for watching. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye, guys. Bye-bye. Have a good one. Bye, guys.